Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So in this video I am going to do some pretty crazy stuff with WhatsApp. Primarily I am going to build a simple bot which will tag everyone in a WhatsApp group whenever someone tries to tag the keyword all. But you can pretty much extend it to whatever you want, and I will also throw some ideas later in this video. Before starting, let's see what all you will need to build the bot. So first of all, basic JavaScript knowledge will be required. Nothing much, just that you should be able to understand the JavaScript syntax that I will be writing. Secondly, you must have Node installed on your system to run the server, which will run the bot. And third, a package manager like npm or yarn. I will be using npm, which is Node Package Manager, but things will be same irrespective of what package manager you use. And fourth and last, quite obvious, which is a mobile phone having WhatsApp installed on it, so that you can link that WhatsApp with your bot. And yeah, one important note, so that you don't waste your time if that is a problem for you. The bot, as I said, requires a server to run. So if no server is running, then the bot will not work. So if you want to run your bot 24/7, either host it on some cloud like AWS, or if you are like me and really turn off your laptop, then you can continue running it on your laptop as well. So without wasting a lot of time, let's get to the screen. So to build the bot, we will be using this library here called Belize or Belize, whatever you want to pronounce it. So the library is built by reverse engineering WhatsApp web. There are a couple more libraries built on the same concept, so if you want to try them, you can try those instead, but obviously in this tutorial I will be using this library. And they have quite a long readme here. After the video, if you are interested, do give this a read. There are a lot of features. Frankly, they haven't explained everything in much detail, and at least I required a lot of hit and try to make things work, and that's why this tutorial, so that you don't struggle that much. But just read it once to see what all features are available, and then you can proceed with them. Cool. So now let's get started with the actual tutorial. Let me open the VS Code. So I have an empty folder, almost empty folder. There's a file. Let me also increase the font size. There's a file called as utils. You won't require it. It's just to hide the phone numbers when I am doing console.log in the tutorial. And another is there is a folder auth2, which I will subsequently explain in this video. So basically you need to open an empty folder, and after that open the terminal. Let me increase the font size here also, and now initialize it. So npm init. Cool. Whatever package name you want, version, etc, etc. I'm going to keep everything as default. Yep. It has created a package.json. We will change this anyways. Let's create a index.js. Change this index.js. Yep. And now obviously we need to install a couple of packages. So first is this library itself. Let's just see. Yeah, so they have used yarn, but as I said, I will be using npm. So first is npm install this library, and like I said, this library is built by reverse engineering WhatsApp web. So just like you need to link your WhatsApp by scanning a QR code to WhatsApp web, you will need to link your WhatsApp by scanning a QR code to this bot. And by default, you cannot show the QR codes on terminal. So for that we have another library. It should be there. Yeah. Note, install this using this to auto print QR to a terminal. So we will be needing this library also. In total 2 libraries. Let's install. Cool. So the libraries are installed, and now let's get to the code. Okay, yeah. Let's close the package.json to libraries. We don't need it now. So for starting, we need to import it, and I'm going to make WhatsApp socket. So if you know how sockets work, then that will be great. Even if you don't know how sockets work, you don't really need to know much. You can build the bot, you can do a lot of customization without knowing anything. You just need basic JavaScript knowledge. And require the name of the library and .default. A few things you might not be able to understand, but just bear with me, like this default thing. And like I said, The documentation does not really mention everything, but after a lot of hit and try, these things work, so I'm just explaining you that. So this is the default require, and then require again, a couple of things, which is disconnect reason, use multi-file auth states. Yep, that sounds good. So we need to require these things, and then we can continue with our actual socket implementation. So I will be creating a function WhatsApp bot, and in the end I will call it. Cool. What this will do is create a socket connection. If you know what is socket, then cool, otherwise just bear with me. And it will take like it's suggesting configuration. So for that configuration we need to give it an object, which is print qr in terminal true auth state. I will like put something here, and also a function get message. I will also put something. So for authentication purposes, we have imported this use multi-file auth state here, and you just need to call this use multi-file auth state, and it's require a parameter folder string. So basically you need to give a folder name, and in that folder it will store all your authentication details, so that you don't need to scan your QR code again and again. Once you scan the QR code, it will generate a folder like this, or to store all your keys, all your authentication data in that. And the next time you start the bot, it will remember the last state. It will process all the messages after that, and you don't need to like scan the QR code again and again. So I'm going to give auth as the folder name, and it will give if you see the return state, it returns a promise. So we need to do await here, and since we are doing await, we also need to declare this function as asynchronous function. So async function, and this will give us two things, state and safeguards. Cool. Now we will be using this state as the value here, and let's keep the safeguards as it is for now. Okay. For get message function, actually even if you don't give it, your bot might still work. But what I've observed is many a times there is a message on WhatsApp that this message is taking too long to receive, something like that. So when it comes, it's usually because of this reason, because you have not supplied this get message function. And what get message function is, basically from a high level, it is used to retry sending the messages in case there is some issue. I don't obviously know how in detail how this library works, but this is what I figured out. So for this, we simply create a store variable, which is nothing but an object or a map, and then we create the function get message, which will take key as parameter and extract id from key. This is object destructuring syntax, if you know. And then very simple thing, if this id exists in the store, that is store id, then return store id dot message. Yep, that's all you require. And now let's remove this one thing. So we supply the same get message function as an argument here. Cool. So your socket connection is ready. Now let's save this, and try to run it. npm start. Missing set. Oh, okay, no issue. Node index.js. If you want, you can like add a script here, start, which will run node index.js. This was also not required anyways. Node index.js. Cool. So as you can see, a couple of messages, and then it showed a QR code. You need to scan this QR code just like you scan the QR code on a WhatsApp web. Since I already have my auth state and currently don't have my mobile, so I will just close this, delete this auth folder which is created, and rename the auth to auth, and run it again. This time it won't show the QR code because it already has. Yep, cool. Now let's actually make use of the socket connection we have opened. So sock.eve.process, it will take events as parameter and then function. So there can be multiple types of the events. You can obviously again read the readme if you want. For now I am just going to show you the main things which we are going to use. So if events connection update, yeah, if the event is of the type connection update, then events connection update, and we will take two things out of that, which is connection and last disconnect. Yep. Now if the connection is closed, then we can do a couple of things depending on what was the reason of the closed connection. And the first thing which we are going to do is last disconnect dot error. This is optional chaining because things can be undefined in between, so we don't want our code to break. Dot error output status code is not equal to, we imported last disconnect reason, something like that. Disconnect reason dot logged out. Yeah. So if the reason of disconnection was not because we logged out, we can retry. So we will do retry, which is nothing but simply calling our function again. And if this was the reason, that is we logged out, then we can't do much and simply console disconnected because you logged out. Yep. So we have handled one of the events. Now let's go to second, which is saving your credentials. So if events creates update, if credentials are updated, then we just need to save them, which is save creds. And again, since if you have not noticed, save creds returns a promise, we need to do await, and since we need to do await, we will do async. Yep. So these are the basic things, and now only one thing is required, basically processing the messages. So to handle the messages, we have an event which is messages observed, where it is, yeah, messages observed. This event will be called every time a new message comes, and this actually can have more than one message, so you need to extract it. Messages will be an array, as I said, equal to events messages observed, and for every message you need to process it. So messages for each message process. So, yeah, so whatever processing you need, you can do that here. And to showcase what exactly you get as message, I am going to do console.log message. But again, before doing console.log, I will actually make use of this thing, hide private data. So const hide equal to require utils hide private data. Yep. So console.log hide private data and message, and now we can start it. Just a reminder, I actually closed the previous server and we need to restart it again because it does not restart automatically on changes. You can try a package called as nodemon, N-O-D-E-M-O-N, if you want to restart the server automatically on any file changes. But for simplicity's sake, I'm not going to do that. So I have two WhatsApp open, first and second. So basically this one, the light theme WhatsApp, is of the bot, and this one is not of the bot. So I am going to also open the terminal and let me send a message to the bot. Hi bot. And let's see what. Okay, hide private data is not a function. What did I mention? Let's see. Hide private data. Oh, it's utils. And also I think I should run it like this, utils.js. Now node index.js. Okay. Hopefully this should work now. I will send the message again. Hi bot again. Good. So if you see, this is the structure of the message. It has a key, which is again an object containing of remote GID, which is nothing but your mobile number @s.whatsapp.net from me, which is whether the message is from your side, which means you have sent the message, or someone else has sent the message to you. So it is simply false in this case. ID, simply an ID for the message. And the actual message is in here. Conversation, hi bot again. Cool. So this is how you can read the messages. You can log it, you can save it, you can read deleted messages because you have literally logged it, so you can read it. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Let's go again here. Now what we can do is, actually let me show you how the message will look like when you send the message, when the bot sends the message, so you can process it accordingly. Hey from bot side. Cool. So hey from bot side and from me is true. And again, the remote GID is the phone number of the person you are chatting with. In case it is not a group. In case it's a group, let me also show you that. Yeah, so in case this is a group, hi from bot inside group. Hi from bot inside group. So in this case, when the message is from a group, the remote GID will contain a unique identifier of the group. Now random stuff. Yeah, so I don't really know whether you can recreate it yourself, but what I have followed is simply see the remote GID of a group by sending a message or receiving a message or whatever, and then accordingly write your code. Because in case of personal chats, you can create the remote GID using the phone number, but in case of groups, I don't think there is a way. So remote GID is basically the unique identifier of the conversation. In case of groups, it will be unique identifier for the group. In case of personal message, it will be unique identifier of that personal message. And if your message is in the group, there will also be a thing called as participant, which is from whom the message is. In this case, this is the number. And again, message contains conversation hi from bot inside group. Cool. So one thing which I got from experience is sometimes what happens is this message thing is undefined or null or something when this login happens. So what we can do is, before processing anything, we can check if not message.message, then we simply return. Return means from this for each thing. So we still are processing the rest of the messages. Cool. So now before actually tagging everyone and doing that thing, I am going to create a simple mirror command basically. So if someone messages something like exclamation mark mirror hello, the bot will reply with hello. Cool. This is just a starting point so that we progress slowly. For that, we need to create a function which will send the messages. I am creating the function, but you can just write it if you want. So let's create the function here only, or maybe outside of this event processing. Yeah. Const send message equal to it will take a couple of things. So first is the GID and second is the actual content, which will be this, the conversation and things like that. I will show obviously how you will make use of this. So GID and content, and this again needs to be an async function, and what this will do is const send message equal to await soft dot send message GID and content. Now you know why I named it GID and content. Cool. And what we will do is remember our store which we created and supplied it in the get message function. So we will do store send dot key dot id equal to send. And just for safety, in case there is some error, we do not want our bot to break, so we will put this in a try catch statement. Catch error console dot error sending message. Cool. So this is our send message function, and now let's create couple of another function which will handle mirror. I mean, obviously you can name this better, equal to async message, and now we need to get the text of the message to see if it starts with this thing. And if you see, when we did console.log, this is the whole message. So message dot conversation is the text, but again, from my experience, this is not always the case. In case your message is a reply to another message or things like that. So from my experience, again, let's create a function to get the text. Get text equal to, so it will take the message, and again, just for safety, in case there is some type of message which I have missed, I will do a try catch, and in case there is any error, I will simply return an empty, so that the bot does not fail, but also I don't process anything because the message is empty and no further processing will happen. So I will first of all, okay, let's do return message dot conversation, and if this is not there, then message dot extended text message dot text. I mean, obviously you can yourself see if this is the case or not by replying to a message console.log that reply and so on, but you will also notice the same thing. And now in the handle mirror thing, for the ease of naming convention, I am going to name it MSG, and we will take key and message out of this. Let's do one thing here when we say message, let's delete this. So yeah. So I will not send the whole MSG thing, I will only send the message thing. So const text equal to get text message if not text dot starts with mirror. So if the text does not start with this thing, then this function won't process it and it will simply return. Otherwise, what it will do is, actually let's put this thing in a variable prefix equal to mirror starts with prefix. Otherwise, what we will do is const reply equal to text dot slice prefix dot length. Basically what this will do is remove this thing and get the rest of the text, and now we will send this as a reply. Okay, so we just need to now do send message. JID is basically key dot remote JID. Let me just check if JID was uppercase or lowercase. Key remote JID. Yep, cool. Send message key dot remote JID, and in the content thing we actually need to send it like this: an object which contains text. Cool. And we obviously need to call this function somewhere, handle mirror, and processing console.log. We no longer need to do console.log and handle mirror. What we need to give is the whole message object which contains the message as well as the key. I know this naming is a little confusing, but what can I do? Yep. So again, restart the server. Cool. So this is the bot. I will say mirror me. Enter. So this was my message, mirror me, and it has sent me a message in return, mirror me. And if you want, you can try it in group again. So mirror, hey ya, and the bot replies hey ya back. Cool. So we have finished the mirroring thing, and we are very much near to our final goal, which is tagging everyone. Just one more thing I want to do in this mirror command is basically tag the original message, whichever contains the message like this, so that even if someone deletes the original message, you have the record. Cool. So for tagging, again you can read the documentation about it, but I am going to tell you how to do it. For that, we need to change our send message function a little bit, and for now we have taken only the two arguments, JID and content, but I am going to keep the function flexible to take as many arguments as someone gives. And for that we have a syntax in JavaScript, which is simply putting args here and then here args. So any other arguments we give here will be supplied as it is, and the argument which we want to give is basically we want to reply to the original message. In this case it is known as putting a message, so we need to code the message. So we will do this by doing quoted, auto suggestion is not there, quoted, it will take actually the full message, so MSG. Yep, MSG is the combination of key and message quoted. Yep. Hopefully this should work. Let's try. Mirror, hey tichnas. Cool. So it replied to the message and message. Yep. So that's all for the mirror command at least, and now we can proceed with tagging everyone in the group. Hopefully the things are getting interesting right now, because you know how to read the messages, how to respond to them, and things are pretty much automated so far, and they are going to get even more exciting. Just wait and watch. Just press the like button if you are liking all this, so that I am motivated to create more of such videos in future. Cool. So now let's proceed. Just like we created a handle mirror function, I will create a handle all function which will again take the message and do the processing, and we need to call this just below it or above it or whatever, handle all message. Cool. And I think for better naming convention, I should rename this to MSG, MSG, MSG. So MSG is basically combination of message as well as the key. Cool. Now in the handle all, yeah. Again we need to get the text out of the message. So const text equal to get text and get we need to take the key, we need to take the message out of the MSG, and the get text will take only the message thing. Now what I will do is check the lowercase of the letter of the text. So even if someone has put all, 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 anything, so anything will work. Okay, so text dot to lowercase dot includes all. So if this is not the case, then handle all will not process this message and simply return. Cool. And if this is the case, then we need to first of all, let me just write it. First of all, get all group members. Second, tag them and reply. Cool. So reply is, we have seen how to send a simple message. We need to see two more things, which is how to first of all get all the members, and secondly how to tag them. Like literally all should tag them, right? So to get the group members, we have a thing const group equal to await sock dot group metadata something, yeah, group metadata, and it will take the JID. I mean obviously it's suggesting key dot remote JID. Now this group will contain the participants, so const member members equal to group dot participants. Cool. Now to tag someone or mention someone, we need two things. First of all, the text should contain the number, and second, we need a list of the mentions we are supplying in the message. So I am going to create two arrays, mentions and second, let's just name is items. Cool. Now what we will do is simply loop over the members. So members dot for each. Again you can either console.log if you want. What I will do is simply write it. It takes a function, and each member is basically a combination of ID, and second it's showing is admin, but honestly only admin also works. Yeah, this super admin thing I don't know yet what it does, so I simply use the admin. If admin is there, I mean if this variable is defined, then the person is admin. If not, then the person is not admin. So then the mentions array push ID items dot push, actually let's create a temporary string at the what was actually do one thing, let's print the ID. Most probably the ID contains the phone number, but just to make sure and also show you, console.log ID and handle all we are calling. Let's restart the server. Yeah, actually one thing I forgot before printing, again hide private data, restart again. Good. So and get it all high. We open the terminal and the ID is this thing. So the first 12 digits we need. So mention.push ID is correct, items.push push at the rate id dot slice 0 to 12. So we need the first 12 characters as at the rate, and at the end of it, I mean this much is complete, but just for fun, if you want, you can do if admin, then maybe add a crown or something, otherwise nothing. Let me take the crown. Yep. We have the crown, item dot push at the rate this, console.log we no longer need, mentions and items are ready, and now we just need to do send message. So send message, JID is key dot remove JID, second is the content, and the content is an object which will contain the text, and text will be, so just to tell everyone that all were tagged, so all, and plus items dot join. I'm gonna join with comma and space. Again, you can do whatever you want. And other than text, it will also contain, like I mentioned, mentions. Mentions and items, and again we want to tag the original message, I mean reply to that message. So we will give a third argument which is quoted, and it will take the whole message thing which is MSG. Cool. Let's try it actually. Close, restart the server, wait for it. Yep. And now tag everyone. Hello. And if you see, I wrote added all hello, and the bot replied all bot person Sanchit person 2, and since I was the admin, the crown came. Cool. So our bot is ready. You can remove the comments. Yeah. So basically the concept is, first of all, connect to the socket connection. I mean create the socket connection using this. Create a send message function which will send your message, and then handle the socket events. Yeah, this event is just in case there is some issue and you want to retry. Even if you ignore this, I mean your bot will still work, but in case there is some issue, it will just stop. When there is any credentials update, it will save the credentials, and the last and the most important, handle every message. So while handling messages, again, if you see that some of your messages are showing this message is taking longer, something like that, you need a store and a get message. So create a simple store, a very simple thing like 3-4 lines of code, and things will work. In case your phone still shows the message that the message is taking longer, what you can do is delete the auth folder and restart the bot and try reconnecting. So sometimes this might be the issue, and I don't know if there is any proper fix for it. In case you know, please tell me in the comment section. So as you saw, the main concept of this bot is simply checking for the new messages, processing those, and sending the messages as required. So now using these building blocks, you can create pretty much everything you want. It also has support for media messages, so you can send or receive images. I am not sure if there is the latest post feature in it yet or not. I don't think it's there yet, but other than that, it also contains some pretty cool features like button messages, sending the contact, template message, list message. So these are the types of message which WhatsApp actually supports, but from its UI it does not give any option. So you can try this out and surprise your friends. And also you can spam your friends by continuously spamming the messages like it's shown in the video I did with one of the friends. But please note, this video is only for educational purposes and I'm not responsible for any harm to do. And just like we created the feature for tagging everyone, you can also create separate roles. So if you have your college groups, you can have separate roles for courses, you can have separate roles for clubs, I don't know. But basically make sure that you do not spam people, because it's pretty powerful thing and you can like tag hundreds of people in a group if you use this @all thing. Yeah. So another thing you can do is you can basically fetch data from some online server or online database and respond according to them. So for example, me and my friends have our mess schedule on Notion, which is a note taking app. And my bot, what it does, it every 15 minutes or so, it fetches the data so that it has the latest data. And then according to what mess we all have, it sends a reminder message at the exact time, mentioning the mess and tagging the corresponding person. So, I mean, things are pretty powerful if you combine and integrate with each other. Another crazy stuff I have done is basically I created a memes page just for fun on Instagram. You can also check that out. Let me just show you. So Instagram/team. So this is my memes page. I created just for fun. You can check it out, follow it, whatever. So what I did is on WhatsApp I have a group called as memes, and whenever I send a photo to that group, my bot automatically downloads that photo, and then a bash script runs on it, which first of all adds a watermark and also creates it as square so that I can post it on Instagram. So the whole process is basically automated. I mean, you can do pretty crazy things, whatever you want, whatever ideas you have. There's no limit on what you can do using this bot. Think of stuff and please do let me know in the comments what you have built or what you want to build using this bot. And that's all for this video. Hope you like it. Do press the like button and also share it with your friends. And please share your thoughts and any other cool projects you would like me to work on or any other video you want me to make in the comment section. And to stay updated, do subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.